Hi boys and girls, welcome back to preschool, or welcome to preschool if this is your first time coming to the Friedensburg Christian Preschool. I'm Miss Kathy.
And I'm Miss Jen.
Right, and we want to show you what's going to happen this year. We had to end last year before we were done, and so now this year we have to start new, and you know that's because of Mr. COVID. And so we're going to show you what we're going to do when we start preschool in a month. We will be starting on October 1st, face-to-face, so that I'll get to see you face-to-face. And if you were watching me, if you were here last year and you watched me do some of my virtual preschool from my house, you know that this is going to be something just like that. We're going to do a circle time. But today's day is special because this is our first day. And so Miss Jen and I need to show you some of the things that'll happen. And it's still going to be a lot of fun, but it's going to be a little bit different. All right? So this is what we're going to do. So get ready, have your listening ears on, and your talking mouths closed, so you're ready to listen, so you know what you're doing. All right. First thing I want to go over is Miss Jen and I are going to have masks on this year, or shields. Now, I want to show you these. This is my shield, and I will probably wear this or something similar to it. And I sound a little echoey, but you can see my face, and I need you to be able to see my face. Miss Jen has her mask on, and she has a mask with an opening there. And so that way you can see her when she's smiling too. But this way, we're protecting you. You are going to come to preschool with your mask, and you have to have your mask with you. That way, if Miss Kathy or Miss Jen sneezes or has a cold, it won't go on you. I will protect you with my mask. And if you have a cold, you will protect me. Now, masks are kind of funny, and I know we've all been learning how to wear them. So keep practicing during the month of September, all right? Now, for the rest of this, we're going to take our mask off so you can hear us pretty good, because we're doing a video. So we're going to take them off right now. All right. Okay, when we start preschool on October 1st, usually the mommies will walk you all the way in and hang up your coat or whatever you bring into the coat room, and then you come in and you play. Well, we have to do it a little bit different this year. So what we're going to do is, Miss Jen and I are going to take turns, and I'm going to stand here today, and Miss Jen is going to be coming out to you. So the mommy, when you pull in mommy or daddy or grandma or grandpa, whoever brings you, you must have your mask, and your child must have his or her mask. And you will step, if the weather's nice, step outside your car and stay there. Miss Jen and I will watch from our waving window or from the door, and when she sees somebody, she will come out to you. And that's what we're going to practice now, right? So Miss Jen has, let's see what you have today though with you, Miss Jen.
I have my thermometer. I'm going to turn it on. It has a nice green screen, and then I'm going to put it up, and it'll beep at me, and it'll give me a number. I'm good.
If the number is above 100, then I think it's time for you to go back home and rest a little bit.
And if you don't bring your own mask, I have that in my pocket too.
All right, so she has her
in case you forget, because sometimes that happens.
Yep. All right, so Miss Jen's going to go over to the door, and Miss Kathy is going to stand here, and I'm going to say, it looks like so-and-so is here. Now, Miss Jen's little boy, Brian, is going to practice today with us. So her husband brought him, and he's going to pretend he's a preschooler, even though he's going into first grade. So he's going to pretend. So, Miss Jen, I see Brian out there.
Hey.
All right.
Here's my umbrella. It's raining out there today.
Okay. I think I need to unlock the door, Miss Jen.
Oh,
I didn't do that yet. Right. Okay. Oh, they're walking up. Oh. Miss Jen will have to tell them.
You need to be in the car. No.
See, even Brian's practicing. All right.
Oh, I better put my umbrella up.
You need an umbrella, Robert?
Okay. In front of the car is good, guys.
What?
In front of the car is good. There. Stay there. Stand in front of the car. Stand in front of the car.
Good, how are you? Bye, buddy, love you.
Look here. Come up to the railing. Oh, come up to the railing. All the way up this long sidewalk. Right up to the railing. And then turn and look for Dad, because we're going to wave. You still down there? Bye, Dad.
Bye, buddy, love
Oh,
you.
that's not good for you. Okay, into Miss
And
Martha.
then you come in to me. Good morning, good morning. And then Miss Jen's going to watch
We're
for the
going to
next
go for
person.
the next one.
All right, stay right there for a second. All right, now come on in. No, come to me first. All right, so Miss Jen's going to, come on in. Miss Jen's going to watch for the next people, and she will go for another one. But you saw what she did. She went all the way down, and Brian and his dad stayed at the car, and then she took his temperature, and she checked him over, asked him how he was feeling, and then she said, okay, if there was anything for him to carry, he'd carry it up and come back up, and she'd walk him up to the railing, and you saw he turned around and waved. We're going to have a waving railing this year. Can you say that 3 times? Waving railing, waving railing, waving railing. That's really hard to say, isn't it? That's what we're doing this year, waving railing instead of our waving window. And then he waved goodbye, and then he comes in to me. Now I'm in here, and we have something new this year. Now if Brian had something to hang up, if he was a preschooler, he would find his name. Now we don't have the names up yet, Miss Kathy's still working, but he would hang his things up on his railing, and then he'd come over here. And this year we have a hand sanitizer. And before you can go in to the preschool, you have to put the sanitizer on your hands. And I know you've all been doing this. We've all been doing this since March. We will be washing and using sanitizer a lot. So this thing gets a little wild. So what you do is, I got to turn it on here, and I will have it on when you come, because it is a little tricky. Miss Kathy always has to look. Okay, but now watch. Watch, I'm going to do it first to show you. Are you all right? Okay, because it gets wild. You just go under a little bit, because he likes to spit. I know. I can't get him to stop spitting fast. And then you rub your hands like this, back and forth, and get in the creases. All right, like that. And then I will, when you get done doing that, I will say, you can go play. Now, before Brian goes any farther, he has his mask on. You turn around and show. Now, sometimes the masks get a little tiring, and so if you decide you need to take it off, that's fine, but we can't lose your mask. So everybody's going to get a lanyard. Right, Miss Jen? That's how
Lanyard.
Lanyard. And we're going to have you pick one and put your name on it. And then when you come in, Miss Kathy's going to hook it to your mask right here and put it over your neck. And then that way, if you have to take your mask off for something, especially when we eat snack, it won't get lost. It will just hang there. And you have one at home, don't you, Brian?
Yep.
And does it work pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah. And before you leave at the end of the day, I'm going to take this back and I'm going to spray it down to make sure but it will have your name on it. So it's your lanyard, but it stays at preschool. All right? So that's what I'll do. I'll have them in my, did you notice Miss Jen and I have special aprons this year? Look how snazzy they are. And we're going to carry our stuff in them, as you know. All right, Brian, so what do you have to do? Really quick, right? Pull it back out. Get it up. See, if you leave it in there, then it's a lot. It's like you're taking a bath in sanitizer. All right, get it all over. Kill those germs. Kill Mr. COVID. Yes. All right, good job. And then you can go in and play. And that's how we're going to do it. Then Miss Jen, she will be bringing somebody up again, but the mommies or daddies or grandmas or grandpas have to stay at the car with their mask. And remember, if you have a number on the thermometer over 100, then she's going to say, well, you need to go home and rest. Because mommies and daddies know that, right, Miss Jen?
They do. Yeah.
They do. Okay. So that's how we're going to come into the preschool. Now, Miss Kathy's going to show you the preschool a little bit. I don't have everything set up, but I want the people who are new to see our preschool a little bit, and the people who were here before see that it's really not much different. Okay? But I am going to talk about some different things. So come on in. Brian, you can go play. All right. So this is our preschool. This is the kitchen area. And over here, when we're playing in the kitchen area, we stay in the kitchen area. So we have our walls up this year, and I'm going to use them. But this is the kitchen area, and we're still going to play in our kitchen area because that's really important at preschool, right? Okay, over here is our circle time rug, and I don't have it set up this year yet, but everybody's going to have a spot. I don't have crosses this year. We had a terrible time with crosses last year. We're going to try something new, and we'll see if these are going to work. But we have circles this year, and they actually stick to the rug, so we can move them. Right? And everybody will have a seat on our circle time rug. And over at circle time, of course, you know what we do. We do our jobs, and we sing songs, and we have stories. And my next class will have some of that. Right? Then the rest of the room, we go this way. Of course, we've got our big table, Miss Jen's and my big table. We have our cubbies. Those are the same. You will have a cubby. And Miss Jen, while we're talking about cubbies, would you go get one of our special bags? I think they're over in the box. And you will notice that we also have our tables out. Now, our tables are a little different. Brian, can you go over that way for a little bit? Thank you. Our tables are a little different this year because the rule is we have to spread out a little bit. So Miss Kathy can only put a couple at each table. So we have 2 at this table, and see how far apart we are? We're trying to be careful this year, and so we only have 2 at each table. This one has 3 because it gets to be in the middle. So this is how we're going to sit. And when we're sitting at our tables, usually Miss Jen tells you where to sit when we do snack, but this year we have to be very careful because of our germs. So everybody's going to have a place to sit. And on your name card, this is your name card, is that close enough? Okay. It will be at your seat. It will be connected to the table. I will have some little plastic things that I slide your name card into. And then when you see your name card, you know that that is where you will sit for the whole year. All right? And it will also have your name on it, so when we start writing your name, you will have something to look at. And it will be protected by plastic so that it doesn't get messy. So everybody will have their own seat. So Miss Jen doesn't have to tell you where to sit. When we get done with washing our hands at break time, I can say, go out and find your seat, and you can go out, and she can be busy getting the snack ready instead of calling people this year. That's pretty tricky. Okay, back over to the cubbies. You put your work in the cubbies, but since Miss Jen and I have to walk you out this year, because mommies and daddies can't come into the preschool, we were trying to figure out what the best thing to do was. So when it's time to go, we're going to do something different, and I'm going to show you that. Uh-oh, just like regular preschool, the phone rings. The phone rings. While I'm waiting for Miss Jen to answer the phone, we're going to have puzzle table over there where we usually do. And over here, right behind you, cameraman, we have our dollhouse. It's up on the tables this year. All right.
It's the church.
And then we still have all our toys that we will put out on our tables to play with. So we still have everything.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
So, and we're still going to follow a schedule. All right, Miss Jen, come on over. So when you get done at the end of the day and it's time to leave, you will take your things out of your cubby, and this time we're going to give everybody a bag. And this is a special bag, And the bag says, learn, grow, and pray together with Jesus. So we'll put all your art projects in there, and any papers that mommy needs to read, and anything else we need to stick in there, we'll put it in there. And it's a cinch bag, so it goes like this, cinch. And then you take this home. But you must bring it back every time you come to preschool, right, Miss Jen?
Yes.
Yes, this is very important. Every time you come, you must bring it back. And Miss Jen and I can spray it down to make sure we get rid of all the germs, and we'll hang it out in the coat room, so until you leave again, it should be germ-free. And the other side of it is blank. So I bet you can't guess what we're going to do. You think about that. We'll talk about that later. All right, a blank canvas. Needs something on it. All right, so that's what we're going to use at the end of the day. Now, I want to go over the schedule just a little bit, and then we're going to show you how you're going to leave. And Brian's going to be our person that we're pretending to have a preschooler. Although you're in first grade, right? Yeah, he says he's in first grade. All right, so let me just go over the schedule so you have an idea. You saw what Miss Jen did. She brought you in. We did our hands. I said come in and play. When everybody gets here, Miss Kathy will lock the door, and you will get to play for a while, just like we did before. After you're done playing, I will say it's time to clean up, time to clean up. And so we'll clean everything back up, just like we do. And then we're going to put a little bit more sanitizer on our hands, because we've just touched everything that everybody else has touched. So we want to take care of that. So we will do the sanitizer. And then another thing they're telling us that's really good for us to do this year in school is to go outside or leave the windows open. So I have the windows open, and if the weather is nice, which it's not today, we're going to go for a walk every day. We may walk out that way and down the sidewalk and look at the garden, because there's a lot of food in the garden. We may walk down to Miss Jen's church. We may walk out that way and go up through the woods and come back. We're just going to go for a walk and get some fresh air, and that's supposed to help us. So we're going to try to do that every day, unless it's raining or there's too much snow on the ground. So when it gets cold, mommy and daddies must make sure you have jackets this year, because we need to do this. It's not going to kill us unless it's below 32, and then we'll stay inside. You know how Miss Kathy is, or raining. Okay, then we'll come back in, and at that point, we will have circle time. And so then we'll go over and do our jobs and sing our songs and that kind of thing. After circle time, we're going to have snack. Now, Miss Kathy usually has things on the floor, and you can't see them this right now because I have a lot of stuff I have to take care of. But I will have things on the floor where you'll stand on, and they'll be a little farther apart than they are last year. And we stand on those, and I will take you into the bathroom, and we will have our bathroom break, wash our hands really good, right? And then I will send you out. And Miss Jen doesn't have to tell you where to sit. You need to find your name. Now, she might need to help you in the beginning, because sometimes we don't recognize our names. But, yep, you'll find your name and sit down. Now, our leader this year is not passing out napkins. Our leader is going to just be leading us some places this year, and maybe extra jobs, but not napkins. Miss Jen will take care of all of that. Then we'll have our snack. When we're done with snack, we're going to stay right at our tables. So, we're going to hope we don't make too much of a mess. We'll clean up our tables, and then we'll do our art project for the day, whatever that is. And then when we're all done with the art project, we will get up, we'll come back over to our circle time rug, and we should have time to play a game, and then have time to go outside and play on our playground stuff. Right? When we come back in, it will be time to go home. So when we come back in from outside, we have to wash our hands again. So we'll come in, wash our hands, sit down on our carpet, have our Bible story, pray, and then we're going to get ready to go home. And now we're going to show you how to do that. So Brian, would you come on over here, please? All right, would you sit on the carpet, please? Someplace like Miss Kathy has? Yeah, like that. All right, okay. So we've just come back inside from playing. We've washed our hands or used our hand sanitizer, and then you came over and find your spot. And you know when we sit on the carpet, we always stay in the same spot. So that's, you know that. So we found our spots. So we have our Bible story, and we talk about a couple things, and then we do our prayer, and then we sing our goodbye song. And then this is where Miss Jen will look out the waving window. The mommies and the daddies stay in your cars, have your masks. When you're ready and you're here, and the weather's nice, you may get outside of your car, but you need to stay at your car. Miss Jen will look out the window and she will say,
Brian, your daddy's here.
okay, so Brian's daddy's here. So we're going to get Brian's bag, which will be probably hanging out there. So Brian, I will bring it in. Brian, get your bag. Come over here to your cubby. I'll hold your bag since I brought it in. You'll get your papers out of your cubby. Just put them in. Oh yeah, just shove them in like that. Okay, good job. Cinch it. Here's your bag, sir. All right? Come on over here. Miss Jen. All right, you want to say bye to the boys and girls?
Bye.
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 All right, and one of us will then walk Brian down to his mommy or daddy, and all the way out and all the way down. All right? And then I will see you the next day. Okay? All right. That's how we're going to go home. Okay. Can you think of anything else, Miss Jen, that I might have forgot? Trying to think if there was anything else we needed to go over. This is our first day of classes. Tomorrow, when we have the video, I will be doing circle time, and I will be showing you how we're going to do circle time and have a story and a flannel board story, because I've come up with some of those, and sing some songs. And I'm going to do that for the month of September. We might do a special day once a week and have a dance party like we did in the spring. That's always fun to do. Or if I can figure out the Zoom thing, we might do a Zoom class. Still working on that. You know how Miss Kathy is. All right? I think that's everything.
I think so,
Okay.
yeah.
So, I'll stand over here with Miss Jen. So what we need to remind you is have mommy and daddy watch the video. When you watch the video, our videos will only be about 30 minutes. Miss Jen might not be in them because she's always in the kitchen making things and getting stuff ready. So it's probably going to be Miss Kathy, but I will try to get her in here to do some things. Maybe on dance party day, you know. We'll see. Remember to wash your hands, wear your mask, all right? Oh, I did forget, before you leave, I need your lantern back, so I have to pretend I took that off of you, because these stay at preschool, all right? That way we won't lose them. I did forget to mention one more thing. Sometimes they say the germs get on your shoes. I'm not quite sure how that's happening, but we may spray your shoes down with our Lysol when you come in. It's just a spray, and it's on your shoes. Not going to worry too much about that. All right. Miss Jen, does that sound like?
That sounds like everything, yeah.
All right. Then I will see everybody tomorrow, and I'm going to start with talking about me and you. And so tune in tomorrow morning or whenever you can tune in. This is on YouTube, so you can watch it at night before you go to bed if you want to. Alrighty, and tell mommies and daddies to check the mail. I mailed things out to them, and I will be having an open house. It will be an individual open house with just a couple people, so check the Facebook page. That's where I put a lot of the messages, so check the Friedensburg Christian Preschool Facebook page. All right. Bye, bye everybody, bye.